Hi, I'm Monica Bay. We're at LegalTech New York, and I'm with one of my favorite people, David Kessler, and you're a relatively new member of our board. So
Absolutely.
thank you. You've been one of the activists who've been closely following the proposed changes to the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure addressing e-discovery. You were kind enough to write a wonderful article for us recently. What do they need to know? If they've got comments, how do they get them? Is it still time? And what can we expect?
Sure, absolutely. So the final hearing, public hearing, is going to be in Dallas on Friday, February 7th. And I believe that there are a few more days, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, left to do written comments, which can be posted either by mail, if people still do snail mail, but electronically on the website. And I would strongly recommend anyone with any interest on e-discovery to look at the rules and to make their comments known. The committee really wants feedback. So there are lots of changes. Scope of discovery, 26B1, objections and requests under document, under Rule 34, and then I think what's gotten the most press is sanctions for spoliation or the failure to preserve under 37E.
Yeah. And I've been a little surprised that the commentaries, from what I understand, and people who have been writing, has been kind of one-sided on some of this stuff and not having a whole lot of dissent and various opinions. Who particularly would you encourage who maybe hasn't already had a voice in that might want to comment?
Sure. Well, I think like any time you have sort of selective or voluntary submission, the people who are on both sides, on the very extreme positions, are the most active, and clearly the people who dissent are the most active because the silent majority sort of says, oh, it's going forward, I like that. Why should I put my energy? I got lots of other things going on, all kinds of other fires. So I think people who are generally supportive have probably failed to get their voice known. Now, I think the more we discuss this, the more information we give the committee, the better the result will be.
What do you think is of the proposed amendments, what is likely, if it's passed, to have the most drama to it, the most significance to it?
I do think the Rule 34, which is unexpected. I think people aren't paying enough attention to the changes in Rule 34, but the obligations being put on producing parties in how they respond to discovery requests, both in specificity, in timing, in withholding, whether they're withholding documents by their objections, I think would make things very practically difficult because people don't understand at the very early stages of discovery exactly all the implications of what they're doing and need time to digest, yet they're making these representations potentially very early. I think that we'll see a lot of disputes because of these changes if they're not tweaked in a more practical way.
David Kessler, you're a wonderful guest. Thank you so much. Keep writing for us. And again, if you are at the show watching this, don't miss the keynote tomorrow. It's going to be fabulous, tomorrow being Tuesday. And I'm Monica Bay, and we'll see you on the next edition of LTN Videos.